So this is a preliminary disclaimer. As you all know, TikTok was banned in the US on January 19th, and because of this, I have lost access to my primary software for editing. I'm just asking for grace and patience as I learn how to edit on new softwares, and I just thank you guys for watching.
Hey, it's me.
Hi Junebugs! Welcome back to the channel, or welcome. So before we get started, we're going to get into our verse of the day. Our verse of the day is Proverbs 16, verse 16. How much better to get wisdom than gold, to get insight rather than silver. All right, so today's topic is about AI. Now, it is a little bit different from our last topic. Don't worry, if you watched the overconsumption video and you loved it, I'm going to be coming back next week with another video relative to consumption, but this is like a little breaker in between, a little palate cleanser, if you will. So in this video, we're going to talk about AI, and I had a lot of reasons I want to talk about AI. I have a personal relationship with AI. I think we all do. Nowadays, it's kind of unavoidable. AI is everywhere. It's on your phone now, like the new iPhones are built in with it. It's on your Twitter, or sorry, X. It's on TikTok. Like when you're scrolling, people make AI art. There are people who make a living off of AI art and figuring out the best combinations of words to put into an AI generator. It's insane, but it's taking over the art world. It's taking over media, as in there are people who are losing their jobs because AI is being used to write scripts. It's being used to write books. It's being used to kind of be a replacement to that human factor. So AI is just up and coming right now, and there's a lot of debate about how good is AI. Is AI good? Is AI bad? Now, obviously, this is a commentary channel, and you're probably here because you might be a little curious about this random awkward girl's opinion about AI. And my opinion is I think it is bad to a default. So, in theory, AI could be used for a lot of good, but to a default, and with what it does, I think AI is kind of bad.
Boo! You stink!
I'm sorry. Like, I know there are people out there who love AI. I know people who use AI for everything. Like, they don't even use Google anymore. They use ChatGPT for everything. And I get it, but there's a lot of harm in this. And this is exactly why. That is like one of the first reasons I think AI is really bad. That right there. That nowadays in school, not just college, but even in high school and in middle school, I work in a middle school. I work with students, and I literally had a situation where I assigned an essay to my students, and one of my kids turned in the essay like on his computer within 5 minutes of the class. It was supposed to take the entire period. And I read through it and I'm like, I don't even write like this. Like, this is giving really like high level writing. Like, you got some words in here we haven't even ever like discussed in class. And it's like it's getting to that point where middle schoolers are using AI to do their homework because they know they can. And we've had to ban AI at my school, or in my school district, we ban AI. So the kids can't even access it on their laptops anymore. But like, that's the point that it's getting to, where when AI was like, oh, it's this little helpful tool that can help you organize your calendar and it can help you organize your email or whatever the heck. Now it's like, oh yeah, it's going to write an essay for you and it's going to make your essay seem really great. And now you don't have to worry about writing essays in college. And I get it. Like, some people will say that's efficient. That's working smarter, not harder. But I would say it's really working dumber, not harder. Like, no offense, not trying to call nobody dumb. But I think if you cannot time manage your time, if you can't manage your time to the point that you have to use an AI generator just to turn your essay in on time, we have some serious concerns. Because what is it going to look like when you're on the workforce and you need to do your job and you have a deadline for your job, or there's something that you need to do for your job? Are you going to pull Chat GPT at your job too? Well, actually, you might.
She's got PTSD or whatever. post-traumatic Down syndrome. No, it's not. She ain't got Down syndrome. I'm tripping.
People are gonna be using the internet to do their jobs. So if you're a doctor, if you're a psychology major, and even if you're not a doctor, even if you're a teacher, you might not learn how to plan your own lessons because you just have the AI do it for you. You might not learn how to, you know, if you're in the computer world or data world, you might not learn how to actually do a Microsoft sheet and learn all the things about Microsoft Excel because the AI could just do it for you. Like, I don't know, like I feel like when you go through your education heavily leaning on AI and even going through your life heavily leaning on AI, it just builds this habit. It builds this habit that you can't break, and it builds this like reliance to like lean on the AI. And it goes even further than that. Like outside of education, we see people use AI for a lot of weird things. Like if I'm on a dating app, which obviously I'm not on a dating app right now, but if I'm on a dating app, you should not have an AI photo trying to convince me that you got a Maserati car and you're this super tall, handsome man. But that's what some people do now on dating apps. They use AI photos, or on Facebook, they use AI photos like for their profile. If I remember correctly, on Facebook dating now, instead of putting your actual photo, you can put like a photo of yourself, and then Facebook runs it through an AI like generator to make it look more different. If I could find something of that, I'm gonna put it in the video. But like AI is literally in everything. It's in our social media, it's in our schools, it's in our jobs. And I just think, quite frankly, it's too much. Like, we're using it for too much. We're becoming really unreliant. And it's kind of like, like the movies. You ever seen iRobot, where Will Smith, he don't like robots because they take over everything, but like in this world, robots really did everything. They were getting the groceries, they were making the meals, they were helping the kids with the homework, they were walking the dogs. Like all the tasks that we say are mundane, or all the tasks that we say like, oh, if I could just source this out to somebody, that's what the robots were doing. And like, I get it. I would love to have someone else fold my laundry. I literally have a basket of laundry waiting for me to be folded right now, and it's probably not going to get folded till this weekend. I get it. But I think there's an issue when we are more willing to task out our labor rather than figure out what's more efficient for us and figure out what's manageable for us as humans. And I think AI is becoming this thing where it's like, I'm going to let this manage everything. I know content creators who use AI to come up with their ideas and to come up with their titles and XYZ. And I feel like that takes the fun out of making content. Like, you're not being creative anymore. You're not figuring out what works. You're not really giving yourself a learning curve. You're just letting the AI figure it out for you and, hoping it sticks. Like, is that not weird? I don't know, that's weird. But lastly, AI is bad because it's harmful. Not harmful to like how smart you are. It's not harmful to how productive you are. It's harmful to the environment. I don't want to sound like an environment junkie or an environmental nut. I don't think that I am, but I do care about the world that we live in. But AI is very harmful to the environment. Let's put it this way. You know how fast fashion, like companies like Shein, makes like 1,000 new different clothing articles a day, whereas a regular fashion company like, I don't know, Old Navy, is that regular fashion, might only make like 10 pieces every new season or something. AI is like that. A Google search might cost us 10 gallons of water, whereas AI costs us like, 10,000 gallons of water. Now, I don't have the actual stats, so we're just going to listen to somebody talk about the actual stats of what AI does to our environment.
One chat GPT request, that's the equivalent of pouring out a bottle of water and powering a light bulb for 15 minutes.
A lot of people think of the internet as just being in the cloud. Really, it is taking up this huge space of these gigantic computers, which are data centers.
In Northern Virginia, we have over 300 data centers. There's around 100 million square feet.
And they use a lot of energy.
Artificial intelligence requires servers to run much hotter. Water cooling will be necessary. So where will that water come from?
One chat GPT request, for example, that's the equivalent of pouring out a bottle of water and powering a light bulb for 15 minutes. If you multiply that times billions of requests, you can start to see the cumulative impacts.
AI is driving the need for additional power to meet this demand at an unsustainable rate.
Scale of the energy use is 20, 30, 40 times more per square foot than anything else that we're familiar with.
Okay, yeah, so those are the stats right there, that video. But I think that's absolutely insane that one building, one Microsoft center could be using 25% of the water in a state. Like, what? One center or centers could be using that much water in a state. And that's the issue with AI. So when you think you're just going to chat GPT and you're making a simple prompt, what should I have for dinner tonight? This is what I have in my fridge. Just remember that Google is free and it uses a lot less energy. And not only that, 9 times out of 10, the things that you're using chat GPT for, there's a website for. Like, there's websites out there that can help you shape your meals around what food you have. There's websites out there that can help you plan your content. There's websites out there that can help you figure out what to wear. There's websites out there that can help you with self-help, because I didn't want to talk about it, but there's people out there using AI as a therapist. And I'm a little concerned. Like, yes, everybody needs therapy. I'm a big advocate for therapy, but I don't know if I advocate for robot therapy. I also don't know if I want a robot to have that kind of data against me, because here's another thing, guys. Everything you feed into the AI, whether it's Chat GPT, whether it's Bard, whether it's what's it called, Pilot, or whatever Microsoft has, doesn't matter what AI it is, everything you feed into that AI, that company now owns. So if you're going to an AI telling the AI, about all your bipolar issues or XYZ, that company now owns that information about you, and they now have that information about you. And like, I believe in a society where we should have some secrets. We don't have enough secrets in this society. So at the very least, stop giving all of your data and information to AI. Now, like I said, AI is bad to a default. So I think it can be good in some ways. However, until we figure out how to make it safe for the environment, I can't think of any ways it's entirely good right now. The only way I could think of it being good is accessibility, that AI may be more accessible for people who have a lack of resources, because most AI chatbots are free to use, if that makes sense. But Google is also free. So maybe you guys in the comments can help me figure out, how is AI good for us? What are some good things about AI? Because I would love to hear another perspective as to why AI is good. But I do think as a society, we have to put a big focus on taking care of our environment. Global warming is very real. Sorry, you might not believe that, but I do. It's very real. And I think the more we pour into technology, we should be pouring 2, 3, 4, 5 times that into the environment and into like global resources, to make sure that we put down like our global output of gases, those gases that warm up the environment. Okay, it's been enough talking for me today, guys. This video is a little different. It's more of a rant commentary, and it's also being filmed after work. I usually don't like filming after work. I like to come home after work and eat food and go to sleep. But I wanted to do this video, and I wanted to push myself, because like we talked about in my goals of the year video, it's all about pushing and following your choices and not your feelings. So this is the end of our video. Please comment down below what you think about AI, what you think about its impacts on our world, and if it's necessary or if it's not necessary. And if you are here for the second time, because quite a few of you be coming back, which thank you for coming back, but you have not subscribed, what are you doing? Join the Junebug family. Okay, well, bye, Junebugs.